Hello, everybody, and welcome to National Annual Meeting in Orlando, Florida. We are lucky to be here and about to take you on a little tour of the exhibit hall right here. That's what's going on today. I'm super excited. We took a sneak peek. It was awesome. There's a lot of people in there.
It's very awesome. It's very excited to see all these people gathered together. Gina, it's hot and humid outside. It is nice and cool and air conditioned here in the World Center of Marriott. We're going to take you guys into the exhibit hall and meet a few of our sponsors, without which this wouldn't even be happening. So we're very, very thankful for that. There's also a lot of other folks in here. It's a very exciting time. What do you say, Gina? I think it might be time to meet our presenting sponsor.
Absolutely. This first sponsor is, I don't want to build it up too
Don't
much.
oversell
It's very exciting.
But
the visuals are
it's pretty awesome.
I want to give a quick shout out to our wonderful camera person, Bria, and behind the scenes, Brian, who's running this from back home in Dallas. So thank you both. But come on into the exhibit hall.
Let's take a look. We're going to meet our first guest. Gina, I'm very excited to talk to this individual. I just met him for the first time about 10 minutes ago. And I swear he's got some sort of magic detector where he knows exactly what I like. We're here with Chris.
Aaron, pleasure.
How are you doing?
I am well. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Welcome to Fudgy W.
Chris is with Fudgy W, the delicious candy with a funny name. Tell us a little bit about Fudgy W, Chris.
It's a brand that was started a little over 30 years ago. My son turned 1 and I was a candy maker, chocolatier for many years. And I wanted to have something fun. And we came up with the name Fudgy W for him when he was 1 year old. It subsequently has taken off. And it's a very special brand, very near and dear to my heart. And I dedicated the company many years ago to support children, to support special needs kids, support people that are just going through trials. And we now support orphans in Africa and just a lot of kids all over the world. So happy to be here.
That's awesome. Fudgy W is the title sponsor of the 2024 National Annual Meeting. I first met Chris for the first time maybe 20 minutes ago, and somehow he had this magical power to know exactly what they gave me. He gave me this key lime flavored fudge.
That's right.
So, I'm not an expert on fudge. I thought fudge was chocolate. The first thing Chris gives me is key lime fudge, not knowing that key lime pie is probably my favorite dessert in the world. So he's got some sort of magical power right off the bat. It was incredible. You were telling me earlier, it's not just key lime flavor.
No,
right?
we don't use flavors. Flavors are artificial. They're not good. What you have here is a key lime is actually more aromatic. It's smaller and much more flavorful than a regular lime. It's to the tune of about 4-fold. So this is actually dehydrated key limes, rehydrated, steeped in a kettle of cream, and then it's mixed in a 60-pound batch with fresh butter, fresh cream. We literally, on Mondays, are getting the cow's milk at our dairy right up the road. We have that in our batch of fudge on Tuesdays. And it's all fresh, it's all handmade. It's unlike any other fudge in the country. It's been voted the #1 fudge in the world. And it's just an amazing product.
It's incredible. And I'm not just saying that. He gave me some. It is amazing. The great thing, as you can see here, and Bria, maybe you could show off some of the different kinds of fudge we have here. If you're not a key lime person, guess what? That's okay. They've got a million other flavors. Chris, maybe as we look at them, you can sort of tell us what we're looking at here.
Sure, absolutely. She just passed over the chocolate peanut butter. Chocolate and peanut butter, it's a marriage made in confectionery heaven. You have double chocolate here. You have strawberry cheesecake. That's, again, made with fresh strawberries. They're dehydrated slightly, then rehydrated, steeped in kettles of cream. You have peanut butter. You have a pecan turtle. You have orange creamsicle. And keep on going. You have M&M fudge. You have a dulce de leche. You have a cotton candy. That is the one flavor that is actually flavoring because they don't have such a flavor as cotton candy. But everything else is made with fresh fruits. You have a dark espresso piece there. Aaron, do you drink coffee?
Of course I drink coffee. Yes, multiple glasses
Jim,
sometimes.
Could I mind you to bother giving Aaron a taste of espresso?
I mean, if you really have to, I certainly would be happy to try it. This is part of my job, everybody. This is a really difficult part of my job. I have to sample delicious. Now, what is this again?
Dark espresso.
Dark espresso. I'm going to give it a shot.
So you have a Belgian chocolate, and then you have the espresso blended in there when it's in the liquid form with the liquid fudge.
It's very difficult to tell. I'm probably going to need a second sample. If I could get one more, I need a little bit
more
more
of the dark
to make a really sound
cut
decision.
some more of the dark off. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it. Let's try this one more time. Yeah, as expected, it's incredible. Chris, before we let you go, maybe you could just say one thing about what it means to be here at the 2024
Oh my
National Annual Meeting.
gosh, it brings such joy to our heart. Everybody's having fun. We love the kids, and this is just going to be a blessing. And God willing, we'll see this Fudgy Wudgy with the Boy Scouts all over America. That's the plan. And the last thing, let me take you to the French and Belgian chocolate section. You sort of missed that, so come on over
I
here.
was just going to say, in spite of everything that Chris showed us, it was only a fraction of what's here.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, guys.
Go ahead, Chris.
So what you have here, a German gummy bear with a dark Belgian chocolate. That's a German gummy bear with a milk Belgian chocolate. This is a French 34% white chocolate in their cacao with a sea salt and caramel and a roasted almond inside. And then you have over here, we have 20 different flavors of the chocolate covered fruits and nuts. And then you have over here, these are Fudgy Wudgies. These are foil wrapped, available as in a little ball shape or as an egg. You have a French caramel, you have a Belgian hazelnut, you have a dark coconut, and you have a praline, and then you have a gianduja. And these are fun. Everything is all natural, everything is organic, and it's a blessing to be here.
Well, we are blessed to have you here, Chris. It's so nice to meet you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. You
All
can
right.
see me around a lot.
And I have a box for you.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Thank you. Awesome.
There you go.
One of my favorite things in the world is key lime pie. My second favorite thing is gummy bears. So I'm going to take
I'm gonna get you a milk and dark gummy bear.
50 boxes of those should do it. That should be fine. We do have a few other folks to talk to, but thanks again for your time.
Thank you, and we appreciate you.
That.
Thank you.
That very
See
much.
you guys.
Let's walk with me, if we could, real quick, Bria, to our next sponsor. Our good friend Jen is waiting for us. Come on this way. We're going to navigate our way through the crowd here. Let's go this way.
Really, really good.
As you can see, there's a lot of people here. We are doing this video live.
All right.
These are just people who are attending the Boy Scouts of America 2024 National Annual Convention because they want to. Gina!
Hey, so we are headed over to Shoebug. I'm actually really mad at Aaron because he just ate so much chocolate, but I lucked out because I get to talk with Shoebug. Hey, Cameron, I'm going to stick this on you if that's okay.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you. I didn't warn you about this. I just surprised you with it. This is Cameron with Shoebug, another very cool sponsor I'm excited to talk about. Something that's important, I think. Well, first off, let's just say, what is Shoebug?
So Shoebug, we're a family-owned insect repellent company. So we have me, my mom, my dad, my fiance, and my brother. We've been formulating our product since 2020, and we just launched in June of last year. So what kind of makes us special is that we have DEET-free alternatives and natural options.
Okay, so I feel like I've seen Shoebug in stores or something. Is that possible?
Possibly. We just got into Target, so.
I feel like I've seen it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we want to get a little bit closer, but the ways, I'm always like, I have a little toddler. I put like the bug stickers on her. I always love like the bug bands. I don't know what you call these bracelet things, but this really has my interest piqued. What's going on here?
Yeah, so we're kind of the inventors of this. We figured it's something that's fun for the kids, especially for some of the parents who don't want to put anything on their kids. So this is going to give something a little bit more fun around the campfire or anything outside. They're glow-in-the-dark bracelets that have citronella and geraniol-infused charms. So that's going to help get all those mosquitoes out of that area, and those are super fun for the kids. Yeah.
I really like too that you explained this is kind of a family affair, and oftentimes I think people use it like a badge of honor, like I don't need bug spray, whatever. But it's not just about keeping like pesky bugs away. There are health benefits to not being bitten up by bugs, right?
100%. Yeah. The deadliest animal in the world is mosquitoes. Yep.
And we're all living amongst them.
Exactly.
How effective would you say? You know, like what's the effectiveness of Shoebug in terms of keeping these guys away? And what does it work against?
Yeah, so it'll work against ticks, mosquitoes, and all those new mosquitoes that have actually been coming around recently. They're called Aedes mosquitoes, and they're actually the ankle biters. So with our products, we've been independent lab tested. You legally cannot put that number on this bottle if it didn't test through that. So for example, our active is 12 hours of efficacy with no bites on the treated arm with mosquitoes.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is another very scouty question. I know people at home have a lot of thoughts on this. Application. Where are the most important places to make sure you're protected when it comes to, you know, if you're using a bug spray? Obviously, these are maybe more limited. You're putting risks in.
Exactly.
But where do you apply it?
Yeah. So, I mean, anywhere that's going to be exposed that's not going to have clothing. So, I mean, around the wrists, if you're going to have long sleeves on, But what's amazing about our natural products is that unlike all the other naturals in the market, they actually use soybean oil. So soybean oil is a highly sprayed glyphosate crop, which is actually cancer causing. What we use is MCT oil, which is coconut oil. So coconut oil, not only does it have repellent agencies, it's also a moisturizer as well. So this can actually be used as a daily insect repellent moisturizer. MCT oil is awesome because people actually put it in their coffee and they'll cook with it as well.
I will say, just because you all can't smell it at home, it smells good over here. Not overwhelming, but like fresh. I really like the smell. Why shoe bug versus other insect repellents?
So shoe bug, I mean, there hasn't really been any new changes to this sort of industry. So we figured adding some fun to it. All the other ones, there hasn't been something really changing, and we want to make something fun, and especially in something that hasn't been fun. An insect repellent that people would actually want to buy and not be afraid to actually have in their pantry.
And it's fun. I will be back to buy this for my daughter, that's for sure. And then you got all the insider information. This was an idea your family came up with. Who came up with it and why exactly?
So it was actually my mom. So we have a 14-acre kind of like a Knott's Berry Farm, kind of like campground and other things up there, and we have a store, and mosquitoes get pretty bad up there. And my mom was like, well, we have to have bug spray now because the bugs are starting to come out. And she was like, we're gonna have to have off. And my dad said, nope, we're not gonna have off. And so he was like, well, we're gonna figure out, we're gonna make our own. So we ended up making our own insect repellent. With the naturals was the biggest thing because my mom's actually a breast cancer survivor. So soybean oil was a huge thing that we could not have in our natural products.
Right.
So that's why we actually went with MCT oil.
Very interesting. It's always nice when you have an effective product that you can feel safe putting on your kids, putting on your scouts. The packaging is super cool. I'm curious if any of you all at home have seen this in stores yet. If you go to Target as much as I do, I bet you have. This is really cool. Anything else you want scouts or the parents at home watching to know about shoe bug?
I
don't covered a lot.
Yeah.
You really did.
It's the longest lasting natural on the market right now.
Again, these things are super cute. Like we're looking at something that kind of looks like glow sticks that have charms on them. And then I don't know if anybody at home uses things that, I've heard them called buggy bands, but we've got a product here that's like that. And then of course, traditional sprays, 14-hour protection. I don't know what more you could want than that.
Yep. And the 14-hour protection is actually going to be for our lotions. So we're going to be having those available next month. So the lotions, the way that it's applied, just gives it a little bit longer lasting when it gets absorbed into the derm.
So cool. Yeah, you can see 10-hour protection here, 12 here. So again, very long lasting. Thank you so much, Cameron, for your time. I'll be back.
Yeah.
And again, we're at National Annual Meeting. So Shoe Bug is helping us make this exhibit hall happen, helping us make this. And I had shoe bugs. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Cameron.
Yeah.
I'll take this.
Thank you.
And I'll shake your hand.
Yeah. Thank you.
And come on, Bria. Come on, audience. We're going to head over here to Pug Software with Aaron. And I am going to mic these guys up real quick. Here we go.
Thank you, Gina. And we're going to have you put your mic on Steve's collar, I think, so that Steve and Autumn can join together. Steve and Autumn work for a company called Pug Software. I've got a description of what they do right here. They provide the Boy Scouts of America councils with purpose-built software. Can one of you, what does that mean? What is purpose-built software, Steve?
Purpose-built software. So we started as volunteers, as parents, and we, in interacting with the council staff, we were hearing a lot of frustrations from the accounting people at the council office in accounting for the software, frustration from the professionals in dealing with events and that they were trying to run. Volunteers who were trying to help out in events were having trouble getting the data they needed to run it. And we realized the registration process is a very small part. BSA has all types of procedures, processes. We've got camperships. We've got member validation. We've got youth protection training. We've got all types of things like that. And we built software. We said the registration process is a small part. It's 10% of it. And while we have a good registration process, but it's the 90% that we really focus on, all this stuff behind the scenes.
Yeah, and again, from the description, the tools from Pug Software designed to seamlessly integrate with internal processes so councils can focus on delivering a great scouting experience. Obviously, that's what we want councils focusing on, Maybe tell me a little bit about that. You're hoping, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, to take some of the burden off of the council, so this is something you don't have to worry about. Is that kind of the idea?
Exactly right. We want the tools to do what they need to. We want tools to be doing the administrative tasks, so the professionals can be focusing on delivering the scouting program, not doing all that.
Gotcha. And how long have you been connected with the BSA?
My son is 27 now, and he joined as a first grader.
Okay.
And
you were a scout leader?
I was a cub master.
Awesome.
I was assistant scout master.
Me too. Very nice.
My wife has been council committee chair and you know advanced district advancement chair and those sorts of things.
Steve knows all the terms, all these terms. This is inside scouting terms he's using right here.
Absolutely.
Which is great. So the connection then with your company, did that happen because you were a leader? Or was it totally separate?
That happened. We're big on volunteering, and we volunteered for University of Scouting, right?
Yep. There's another inside term right there.
And boy, it was. We spent so much time. This is the point. We spent so much time on the administrative side that we said there's got to be a better way, and we both had the wherewithal to do something about that, and that's where Pug Software came from.
I think any of the volunteers watching at home can relate to that. Sometimes, you volunteer because you want to help out your kids, you want to help your community.
Mm-hmm.
You get bogged down doing things that's not what you volunteered for. So we're very, very thankful to have Pug Software to maybe ease that up a little bit. Autumn, tell us a little bit about yourself and your role with Pug.
So I am the customer support director. I've been with Pug since 2018, and I'm in charge of making sure councils know the software. So what we do is we have a forum where you can ask questions. We also have monthly webinars specific to what you need to know in the software. And then we have open office hours. We work with about half the councils, and what we call open office hours is Pugs and Coffee. You can swing by, we can talk about any questions in an event, or if you just want to show us a picture of your dog, we love just to hang out and talk and meet with people.
In case you're wondering about the name Black Pug, you can see the logo right there. It is named after a Black Pug. It's so nice to meet you guys. Thanks for joining us today. Maybe you could just tell us real quick, what it's been like at the 2024. I know we're just getting started at the National Annual Meeting. How's it going so far?
It's been going great. Each year, we just love being here. We look forward to it all year. And great to see old friends, new friends. Been really enjoying it.
Awesome. Autumn, it's very nice to meet you. Thank you so much. Steve, nice to meet you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have a couple of more folks to talk to you guys about. Let's walk this way, and we'll meet our next couple of guests.
Wow, Aaron. We're going to have to swing back by the Fudge booth here as we walk.
We're going to walk right past the Fudge booth again.
Yep.
By the way, if you're a council that doesn't use Pug Software, you can sign up. They're still available. You can sign up still.
Go in front of Aaron, maybe. Hi, Ashley. How are you? I'm going to mic you, as promised.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
I
Hi,
am
Shannon.
here.
I'm glad you did.
We are really in an exhibit hall right now. So you probably saw as we walked over here, but there are really people who are stopping by with these exhibitors and at these booths, actually having a lot of interest in so many of these awesome products. One of them is iamp Pro. Tell us what it is.
So iamp Pro is a comprehensive camp management software. We manage everything for camps, from registrations to your health care, staffing modules, so that where you hire people in, there's a communication tool, there's reporting tools, anything and everything that camps need, we have it in one place for you. So it makes it super easy. It's easy to brand it so it looks like it's your own software, which is really nice. So you can go in and change your logos and change your pictures to where it looks like, so parents don't know that they're not on the site. And it's adaptable to any kind of technology that you're using. So if you're using an iPad, or you're using a laptop, or you're using your phone, it's going to look the same on any and every one of them. So yeah.
So the platform itself, now I'm getting in the weeds. I'm interested.
Yeah, please.
The platform itself, is it customizable, or is this what it looks like?
This is actually what it looks like.
Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
So these are some of the different areas that we were just talking about with, setting up your camps, your registration, your forms are all in one place. So any forms that camps need to gather from parents, reports. We are our own payment processing center at iamp Pro. So all of the payments are processed there at our corporate office. Our staffing module, And then we also have these camper vans that I have on today. And so these are, camps can opt in for them. They're RFI, so you can scan it on, if you have an RFI scanner, when they do, you have like a point of sale, so it's a store that you're going to, it'll pop up and say, hey, it's Ashley, and she has this much money, and she's buying this. Also with healthcare, you can scan it, and they can look up and say, I need an aspirin. Well, you can't have an aspirin, but you can have a Motrin.
Whoa, cool.
And so forth. So yeah, so some really cool technology that we've developed. Yeah.
I know some of our high adventure bases have similar technology, but I am thinking there are probably some camp staffers and, you know, even camp directors watching right now who are like, I didn't even know there was software like that. Do you get that a lot?
Absolutely, we do. Yeah, and I think the thing that you'll love about iCamp Pro is how beautiful it is. Right, and so it's attractive, and it's intuitive software. So a kid cannot register for, or a parent can't register for a camp that their child is not eligible to go to. So maybe it's an age-based, maybe it's a gender-based, and so forth and so on. So it really helps the camps really just to narrow that down. You can set up as many sessions as you want throughout the summer and even into the off season as well. So yeah, it's a very, very comprehensive piece of software.
I'm going to guess there are also parents at home who are like, oh, I wish our camp used that. Yes. I want to let them know about this. What can people do if they want to explore a little bit more about iCamp Pro?
Yeah, so really they should talk to their director of their camp to get them to contact us at icampro.com. But I'll tell you a quick story. So I was talking to a lady who actually uses our software. We were interviewing for her for a position to work for our organization. And she's like, oh my gosh, I love your software. And I said, tell me all the things you love about it. And she said, I can be at the ball field, pull out my cell phone and register for my kid for camp while my other child is playing and hit the go button. So it makes it super easy. But parents really should contact their camp directors and have them give us a call. Also on the screen, you should be seeing our demo QR code. And you can quickly just go back and pause this video, take a screenshot of it. That'll set you up a demo with my sales team and they can help.
Yeah, it's right here too if we want to put it on screen. Absolutely. I'm so glad you highlighted that point because I feel like being able to deliver, you know, the ability to register for camp where parents are is very handy. When I think about registering for camp, I think about some website that only works on a desktop computer and it doesn't work very well. So the idea that you can pull your phone out.
Absolutely. And our camps can do it too. So they have an iPad. They can actually walk around their camp and have their software with them and be able to look up who's registered, who's got allergies, who's got a birthday coming up, who's got all those kind of fun things. So the software is amazing, and I encourage everybody to sign up for a demo and come take a look at it.
I don't get excited about software, but this actually sounds very cool. Like such a good solution for so many of our volunteers and professionals out there. Very cool.
And this is our first time here at Boy Scouts of America, and we're super excited to be here. And really what we want to do is really just learn more of how can our software best fit in with the Boy Scout group.
I think it's so wild that we're not already so intertwined because it's a perfect solution for so many of our camps.
Perfect solution, yeah. Absolutely. So everybody sign up for a demo. We'll show everybody about it.
I agree. Again, look how nice this looks.
Yeah.
Ashley, it was super talking with you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for letting me
appreciate it.
I'm going to shake your hand and I'm going to take your mic.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much.
We'll be stopping back by. All right. Nice to meet you. Come on. Okay, we're going to mic these guys up. Now, things are about to get a little different, but you guys are going to love it.
Thank you so much, Gina.
Here you go, Aaron.
Thank you.
And then Thor.
Thank you so much.
So everybody, this is Thor. The great thing about Thor is an Eagle Scout, and he is also co-founder of a company called Wasted, and we're talking about a product today called OffGrid Toilet Solutions. That's this thing right there. Maybe just give us an overview, Thor. What is this right here? What are we looking at?
Yeah, good question. So this is a off-grid toilet. What that means is that this is the ideal solution for non-sewered regions in terms of managing your waste. We're talking pee and poo here, right? And the way it works is all based on biomimicry. In other words, we want to more closely replicate how nature processes waste streams so that we can work with nature to take care of our waste in settings that are remote, at camps, you know, kind of off the grid.
Right. I love that you just said we're talking about pee and poop here, folks, which is kind of funny words, right? But, you know, it's in the Scout Handbook. There are rules. Thor knows as good as anybody. You know, there's rules about leave no trace and peeing and pooping in the right spots, leaving it behind, things like that. So it really fits in nicely with what we're trying to do in scouting and the message of, I mean, in some ways, pee and poop could be a form of pollution if it's not managed correctly.
Correct.
And correct me if I'm wrong, part of the goal of Wasted in general and off-grid in specific, is that accurate?
Exactly, yeah. And so like our whole kind of fundamental approach is around separating your waste at the immediate drop point.
And I want to, tell me about that. So, I mean, most people, obviously, again, it's funny to talk about it, you know, when you go to the bathroom, it all goes into the same place.
Yes.
But you're saying it's possible to
Separate the two. That's right.
Tell me about that.
So the way our toilet works is it's a conveyor belt, and we use anatomy and gravity to separate our waste. Right.
Okay.
And so your pee goes one way out into a urine drain field, and that pee acts as a localized fertilizer for the earth because it's valuable nutrients.
Right.
The poop is then left on a conveyor belt, and you push this foot pedal to flush it, and it goes back into what we call a decomposition chamber. And from there, it just dehydrates because poop is 80% water.
Okay.
And when you do that, you avoid that kind of putrid smell you get with typical sanitation.
Yep.
And you also don't have as much maintenance, right? Because your pee goes one way, your poop goes the other way, and now you don't have to pump the waste out every year.
Yep.
Right? You can let it sit for 2-3 decades. And so it's yeah.
We've all been in a situation in an outhouse or a toilet, and it's not pretty in some situations.
Right.
I'm kind of amazed by that. You're saying that separating the two, that solves the problem.
It really solves
the
the problem.
odor.
The odor, everything. And the reason is that we've developed the convenience of combining our waste and flushing it away just out of that convenience. And so what we're trying to do is introduce a solution where you don't have to change how you go to the bathroom. You just go do what you've always done, and we let the off-grid toilet do the work.
So there's not a separate place for urine and poop.
You just use the thing. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Yeah.
I think that's probably what's best for everybody.
Right.
And then, like you said a second ago, there is some value in human waste.
Oh, for sure.
Right? I mean, it's a value. So talk about that. Where does it go, and what's it used for?
So with an off-grid toilet like this, what you're doing is you're plumbing out the urine into the topsoil, and our pee is full of...
That's a good thing.
Yeah, pee is full of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, the same building blocks that our world needs to grow what it needs to grow. And so typically when we install these toilets, you actually see a blooming of life and vegetation around our toilets because you're returning those nutrients back to the earth.
And Thor, we were talking earlier, you said, Thor, an Eagle Scout, in case you missed that, you grew up in California, I think you said.
Lake Tahoe.
Earned the rank of Eagle out west, spent a lot of time outdoors. You were saying that scouting and your time in scouting kind of influenced how you ended up where you are today. Tell me about that a little bit.
No, for sure. Well, scouting, what it provided myself and my brothers growing up was it gave us the confidence to go explore outside, right? It gave us the skill set we needed to go venture out into the unknown. And I carried that with me through most of my life. And eventually in 2018, that led us to the side of Mount Everest on an adventure to the base camp.
That's very cool.
Right? And so all of a sudden you come face to face with this huge human waste problem. And as an entrepreneur, I was like, someone needs to do something about this big pile of poop. And here we are now.
That's amazing. That's very, very cool. Thor, we're thrilled to have you here. It's very nice to meet you. Thank you for the time today, sir.
Yep.
Look forward to talking to you some more in the future.
Yep.
And in the meantime, I think that just about concludes our tour of the, Gina's going to take the microphone back.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for the time, everybody. That just about concludes our tour. Gina, it's really, really cool to be here to talk to all of our sponsors.
Yeah, come on over to the refreshment booth.
Yep. And,
join us. We want you to feel like, you know, you're
yeah, exactly. There are a lot of people here that aren't paid sponsors. There's some Cub Scout friends and Cub Scouts are over there. The high adventure bases are here. There's refreshments right here. And Gina, I think just in general, we kind of said this last year when we were at the National Annual Meeting. It's just really cool seeing everybody together.
Yeah, I think we're lucky that so many of these, I think our audience can attest watching this, these sponsors are super appealing. You guys probably like hearing about these products. There's some exciting implications for scouting involved in all of them. But what's really cool, I think, and why we appreciate our sponsors so much is they make this happen for us. They make it so that we can have National Annual Meeting. They make it so that we can have a lot of the really cool program and high adventure features that we have throughout this exhibit hall. So a big shout out to them. Everyone at home will hopefully get to take a peek at some of the other BSA specific booths throughout the week. Also hoping we can catch up with Thor again. He's got a pretty cool
got a great story. Yes, we've already talked. We're gonna talk again.
Okay,
yes.
very good.
Yes.
Aaron, what are we missing? This is really fun. This area is about to get swarmed because it has Pepsi, Pepsi Zero, and Diet Pepsi, and then also Starry. Not if you're familiar with that one.
I don't know what that is, but it's all on the same spot.
I'd like to know. Come on down to the exhibit hall.
Exactly. I've got some more fudge to eat personally. Quick shout out to the title sponsor, Fudgy W. It was really nice to meet them. Everybody was very, very nice and excited. We'll be coming to you live sporadically off and on over the next 2 or 3 days. Right, yes. Gina, from the National Annual Meeting.
There is always
Stay
something
tuned.
very exciting coming out of National Annual Meeting.
Yes.
There will be exciting news throughout the week. Tomorrow we'll be live again, so be sure to keep an eye wherever you're watching right now. Keep an eye out, because we'll be live again tomorrow.
And if I could give a personal plug real quick, go to Aaron on Scouting for the latest news related to the National Annual Meeting. Until next time, everybody, we're
It's
live.
real, it's real.
We're live.
We're the ones in the way,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're actually clogging up this walkway here. But in the meantime, Gina and everybody else, thank you for watching at home. We appreciate it. We will see you soon.
Yes.
We'll see everybody soon. Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.